and like yesterday when the podcast didn't film or didn't save with Sheila, I was devastated. And like the last thing I wanted to do was make a piece of content at that moment. But I actually want to capture some of those moments of me, being a human and actually going through failure. And so in that moment, I created a quick Instagram video like, hey, this didn't work. I'm really upset about it. It's frustrating. Creating content isn't all just, it works perfectly every time.
It's true. That's the nature of the beast,
But when you're the viewer listening and watching, it's like, oh, do they never have problems?
But I think people appreciate seeing those behind the scenes and knowing that everything is not always perfect and stuff happens. So I appreciate that. I appreciate seeing someone who doesn't claim to be perfect all the time.
I'm definitely not perfect.
Who is?
Yeah,
nobody wants
exactly.
No one likes perfect people anyway.
Yeah. What is
I just like, I see someone perfect, I'm like
Ooh.
Yeah, I can tell you, so that beautiful
that doesn't
girl,
exist. Yeah, bringing out the claws.
Yeah. Oh, my life is so
great. That's hilarious.
I'll teach you how to have an online business.
It's so easy. Yeah. You can just do 30 minutes of work a day and then you make millions of dollars.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't exist. I mean,
no, tell us how, it's like you're saying, like, so far it's been like 10 months or so that, you're like working through, like, learning stuff. And, and I've been doing this for years and I still feel like I'm learning stuff. And
yeah.
and we're going to make mistakes. We're going to, follow some bad advice. We're going to, and it's just life.
It's growth.
And it is what it is.
Yeah, and I was super happy that Sheila was so supportive of that not working out. And I went and walked my dog, and as I'm walking him, I'm like, I can just do a recap of our video. At least like that will make it not completely waste her time, because that's what I was really worried about. I wasted an hour and a half of her time. She didn't feel that way, but I felt that way. And so when I came back home, I sat down, I wrote notes as we're walking, and then I sit down and I just make a face-to-face with the camera, like, hey, here's what me and Sheila talked about. Here's what I learned. And here's
a great idea.
Yeah, and it ended up being a 30-minute video of me recapping our hour and a half long podcast. So I at least didn't let it go to waste, I tried to get it while it was fresh on my mind too. So that will be an interesting podcast for me to show people, like, hey, so it didn't work, but here's my solution. It's like Band-Aid.
No, but that's good. I think that's very smart, because that way, as you said, the hour and a half, didn't go to waste. So you recapped what you remembered, and you still gave people the information that you received. So that, I think that was a brilliant idea, Calvin.
I was proud of my solution, even though I still wish that I had the video. But again,
I know.
You can't get it back. And that's okay.